who's really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My neighbors are outside and they're like blaring music, so hopefully the camera doesn't pick it up so I don't get any like copyright issues. I got my soda here, I'm ready to go. I don't usually drink soda. It was just in my house and I was thirsty, and so that's what I gravitated to. But anyways, hi, how are you? It has been a long time since I posted a video, and I feel like a changed woman since the last time that I spoke to you guys. How are you? If you can tell, I'm a little sick. I just got back from vacation. Goodness, yesterday? The day before. I'm feeling it a little bit, but luckily I wasn't sick the whole time I was there, so now we just recuperate. It's been a long time since I posted a video, and I wanted to do a little catch up with you guys before I posted any more content, just because I have been on a break, and I've gained some subscribers since I haven't been around even, and I really appreciate that. So I just want to reach out to you guys, and I wanted to say thank you for being here, even though you don't have to be here, because I haven't been here, not intentionally. I've just been really busy, but here I am, and I'm here. So I wrote out like a little list that I have that I'm probably not going to follow because I probably just won't. I wonder what song they're listening to. Anyways, though, like I said, I just got back from vacation. I actually have gone on 2 vacations since the last time I've posted a video on this channel. I went to Portland, Oregon, and then I just got back yesterday from California, and I kind of explored all of California for the most part. All on foot. I did Uber here and there, but for the most part, I explored all of it on foot. So I think my shoes are broken in, I think my legs are broken in, my knees are broken in, everything's broken in. I went to West Hollywood, North Hollywood, Hollywood Boulevard, Venice Beach, Santa Monica, LA, so on and so forth. I got to bring a little bit of California back with me, pretty much like the germs I caught. I bought this shirt when I was clubbing out in West Hollywood. I went clubbing, and I bought this shirt because I wore like a t-shirt because I was walking around, traveling from place to place to place all day, and then it became nighttime in the sunset, and I was like, fuck, I'm in a t-shirt. And then, so I needed something to like bar hop in, so I bought this, and I haven't taken it off since. Most comfortable t-shirt or sweatshirt that I bought, and this is actually an extra small, and it's pretty big. So I went there for a convention, and because I've just always wanted to go there, I also went to, like I said, Portland, Oregon, and I just went there for like a weekend because it's a little closer to where I live. I traveled there with the vehicle. I didn't have to take a plane like I had to take a plane when I went to California. But when I went to Portland, it was more so like I kind of just did a little like more touristy things, if I remember correctly. Gosh, I can't even really remember what I did. It was a memorable place. It was beautiful there, but probably one of the most beautiful places I've been to, but I can't for the life of me really remember what I did, because then I went to California and just got back, and so like all that's still fresh in my brain. But I went on a couple vacations. I thought about vlogging for them. I got to California and I was going to do a California vlog, and then I got there and then I realized, fuck that, like I want to enjoy all this because it's a place I've always wanted to go my entire life. I've debated on moving there, and I know a lot of people are moving out of there, but I just love all the opportunities there. I love how you can pretty much do anything. You can see snow there, you can see desert there, you can see palm trees there, beach there, ghettos there. They got like kind of arty districts where there's like a lot of art. You got theater, you got like in Santa Monica, you got the all the outside like gym areas where people work out on the beach. There's just so many things that you got there. So I have debated on moving there just for that reason, because there's so much that you can do, and if you're not vibing with one thing or one particular area in California, then you can kind of just move like to a different area or so on and so forth. I'm currently unemployed, and I wouldn't recommend traveling and going on vacations when you're unemployed, just for like money wise. I'm the type of person who likes to live every day like it's my last. And I just kind of my whole life have just kind of, don't take this as like disclaimer, don't take this as any sort of actual advice, because thus far, knock on wood, it has worked for me, but it's probably not the smartest move. But I'm like the type of person who just like goes with the flow of life and just kind of sees what happens. And I used to be a planner, and I used to make a lot of plans, and then I started deciding it was a little constricting, and I know obviously that's not realistic because a lot of people have like kids and jobs and like things that you do need to plan and be realistic about things. But for me, I've just kind of been like the type of person who just goes from just kind of like wings it and sees what happened, and it has gotten me thus far in life. Anyways, I don't know if I mentioned this, I probably did, but I went there for a convention. I had a relatively good time. I got to meet some people that I've wanted to meet for a while now, who have been inspiration to me and who I have looked up to. And not going to talk too much about that because that was like, for me, that was like my thing. And so I'm going to like keep that to myself. I didn't really film anything. I didn't really take many pictures with them or anything because I kind of just wanted to be in that moment, and I was. I just quit my job recently, maybe like 2 months back-ish. I stopped working, and I had a decent paying job, and I had, really good benefits at the job, and it was not the stereotypical 9-to-5 job, but it was more so like working 12 hours a lot and not getting a lot of time to myself. And I don't know, it was just felt very constricting, and I felt like, I'm not going to say what it was or what I was doing because I'm not that type of person, just out things, it doesn't really matter. What matters is it was destroying my mental health, and I was having really bad mental health problems when I was stuck in that job. I wasn't vibing with it, it wasn't vibing with my energy, it wasn't fulfilling me spiritually, and I just had to get out of there. I had about a year's worth to plan quitting my job because I already told them that I was going to be quitting like a year in advance. So I didn't just like up and quit my job. Please don't do that. Please don't take any of this as advice. This is just like what's been going on. And I am doing okay, mentally, spiritually, all that stuff. I am doing okay. It's been nice going on some vacations and getting away from something that was kind of holding me down to let me kind of find myself again. And that's been a great experience. I'm doing okay medically, mentally, all that stuff. I finally am finding the time to get the help that I need and to just like find myself again. And yeah, but so that is why that happened, and that is why shortly after I went on a couple vacations. That is why I did that, because the whole time I like dedicated all my time to that job and all of my energy, and I never really lived my life. So now that I am unemployed and I had the time to kind of budget for this type of big life decision, I've been going out and trying to make up for some lost time while I'm, still in my 20s. What else have I been up to? I've been getting into the spring cleaning because the snow's been melting and it's been getting a lot warmer where I live. And I started redoing my cabinets in my kitchen, because when I moved in to this house, I've lived here for about a year now, but when I moved into this house, the cabinets were like a cream colored, and there's not really anything wrong with them. I didn't really need to repaint them, but like all the trim in my house, a majority of the trim in my house is like a really bright white color, and I just wasn't vibing with like the cream cabinets and then like the really bright white colors. Not that it really matters, because when you resell the house, people are probably just going to repaint all that stuff anyways. I did binge watch Wentworth. If you've ever seen the show Wentworth, it is my favorite show. I did binge watch that like 5 times since I quit my job. And when I was in the process of getting ready to leave my job, I binge watched that like 5 times because, like I said, I was having some mental health issues, and that is like my comfort show. And so I did that. If you haven't watched it, I would recommend watching it. But keep in mind, disclaimer, it is a life-changing show, at least for me. So you could say, in a sense, I have been working. I've watched a lot of that. I've been doing that. In the show, there's a lot of strong, powerful, free-spirited women, and it kind of helped me get back into that mindset. In the show, a lot of them are criminals, obviously. I don't condone doing anything like that, but as far as like the actresses and the people go themselves, it's just kind of a very, I don't know, it's a very moving show. It kind of lets you see a different side of life, a different perspective on things, and I did binge watch that like 5 times when I was having mental health problems, and it did help me and helped keep me sane a little bit. So everybody has like their own vices or their own things that they do when they're struggling. I'm like one of those people who's like a comfort person. If there's something going on in my life, or if I'm struggling with something, I like to just kind of zone out and to focus on other things. And I'm not the type who like goes out and just drinks my feelings away or does other things. Maybe there's healthier ways, like maybe exercising or whatever. I did exercise one time. Maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago. I exercised one time because I have a gym. As you probably see in one of my past videos, I made a home gym in my garage. And I did work out one time for like an hour and a half. I'm like, I'm going to get back into working out now that I like have the time and I'm not giving all my energy to this unhealthy situation of a job that I was in. And so I was like, I'm going to get back into it. And I worked out that one time and I like fucked up my knee and I couldn't walk straight for ever since that happened. Luckily, whatever was going on, I have no idea what happened, but I was doing an arm day and I didn't do anything with my legs at all. So I have no idea what happened where I went from working on the gym for an hour and a half and then boom, my knee was fucked up. But I couldn't walk right for maybe about, a long time. And I just recovered maybe a week or so ago. Luckily, right before I went to California, my knee just went back to normal. So I don't know what that was about, but so I did try working out one time. I tried doing a healthy avenue of releasing stress, and it didn't go very well. I've been working on a video related to my motorcycle because I was like, well, now that spring, summer, whatever, fall is around the corner, I'm gonna start filming me riding because that's another thing that I love to do. As you know, this channel, I don't have any particular sort of avenue when it comes to what I film. I just kind of film whatever. I was like, okay, I'm going to film some videos of me riding. And so I was going to do that, and I don't know what it is, but with my motorcycle, every single riding season, something new breaks on my bike. For maybe the past 4 years, every single riding season, something new breaks on my bike to the point where I can't film the videos, because I've been wanting to do motorcycle videos for a while now, for a couple of years now, and the universe is just not working in my favor. So I don't know, maybe it's something I'm not supposed to be doing. Maybe somebody out there is saying this isn't what you should be doing, or you're gonna hurt yourself or something. I don't know, but it's my favorite thing to do in the world is to ride motorcycles. So no matter what happens, it's not gonna stop me. I'm just you know what, maybe it's at the point where I just need to sell my bike and get a different bike. But it's really hard to part with it because when I bought it, it was my dream bike, and I've had it now for maybe 8 years. And when I was, I don't even remember how old I was when I bought it. I'm 26 now, so however long 8 years ago is. But when I bought it, I saved up for it with cash, and I was like, this is what I'm going to be doing, and I got it, and I haven't been able to part with it since. And I was like, well, what's the point of getting rid of it? It's not like I'm making payments on it, I paid for it in full. But it's getting to the point now where I've been spending so much money on it, fixing it. It's never the same thing, it's always something different. But yeah, my fuel pump broke. And so what I had to do is I just replaced the fuel pump. That was really easy. You just buy a new fuel pump, drain the gas tank, put the new one in, fill back up with gas. There's a little bit more to it than that, but that's pretty much the gist of it. I fixed that, and then I had a problem with my gas tank because the bike is so old where it started to rust in the gas tank. And so I had to reconstruct my entire gas tank, did all that. And my bike was working again for a while. And then I pulled it out of my garage to go riding one day. I believe I was actually going to work, so I was late to work. And I started riding, and I was like, why the hell does my bike feel so heavy? And then I realized, I looked down, because you're supposed to do checks every time before you get on your motorcycle to make sure it's safe to ride. I didn't do that because I was in a rush to get to work. And so I was whatever. So I got on my bike, and then I looked down and I realized that my tires were flat, and completely flat to the rim. Luckily, I didn't damage my rim, so I had to turn around, come back home, whatever. And so then I had to get new tires. So now I got the new tires on the bike. And what sucks is the tires that I had on before this happened were new tires as well. And so I must have ran something over that caused that to happen, unfortunately. So then I had to dish out more money for new tires. And then it was 3 days after I got the new tires on my bike. All right, it was the weekend. I was ready to ride. I'm nothing could go wrong now. what else could possibly break? I had a problem with my battery, so then I had to get a new battery because the battery that was in there was the original battery that came with the bike, so it was a 20-year-old battery, so I knew that was coming eventually. It lasted much longer than I was expecting, and then, so then I got the new battery, and I was like, okay, now I can ride, and then, next thing you know, here I am riding. I come up to a stoplight, and if I would have just went through the stoplight instead of stopping, because it was yellow, and I was like, I could go through, or I could just stop, and I was like, I'll just stop, and I should have just gone through because my bike didn't break until I came to a complete stop. If I would have just kept riding and kept going home like I had planned, then it wouldn't have been an issue until the next time I went riding. I would have been like, why is my bike starting? Anyways, long story short, it broke down in the most unsafe neighborhood that there is in my city. And of course, as the sun was setting, and of course, on a holiday when the cost of getting a tow truck is, the cost of a tow truck was like 3 times the cost of the normal rates because of the holiday that it was. And it was also on a weekend. And there's only like one company in my entire area that hauls motorcycles or tows motorcycles. I don't know why, but there's only one. It's not like I live in a really small city, but I couldn't find anyone who was willing to come out without having to spend over $1,000 to get my bike towed. And I was like, I'm not spending that much money. And I was like, if anything, I'm just going to leave my bike here and someone's getting a free bike, I guess. I don't know. But long story short, one of my friends came out and helped me, and I did pay them. I narrowed it down to what is going on. My bike is not getting the proper gas that it needs to start. So essentially, when you turn the key to the on position, I don't know how much people know about bikes or how many people are even still watching this video, to me just talking. But so essentially, when you turn the key to the on position, you should hear the fuel pump kick on, and mine does not do that. Or you should kind of hear it like revving up. It's not like loud. It's kind of like, but it's noticeable. And I was like, okay, so there's something going on with my fuel pump. That's why my bike's not starting. I would just sit there and just crank and crank, essentially. So that's kind of how I was able to eventually narrow down what it was. And it wasn't the battery, it wasn't this, it wasn't that, because I couldn't hear my fuel pump kicking on like it normally does. And so brought it back to my house. And like I said, I do a lot of maintenance on my own bike. And I kind of have to, because with a bike as old as mine, no. And they don't manufacture my bike anymore. They don't make them anymore, which is one of the reasons why I've also been keeping it. But so I do most of the maintenance on motorcycle myself. I narrowed it down to the fuel pump. Wow, what was that? I narrowed it down to the fuel pump. And so I went and I bought a new fuel pump. Completely took my gas tank apart, drained everything, replaced the fuel pump, put everything back together. And I was like, okay, cool, I've done this before and it's relatively simple. So cool, I did all that, went to start my bike, and it still didn't start. That is actually one of the videos that I was working on. I was like, maybe I'll make a video of me fixing this part of my bike because of how old my bike is, and because most people don't work on these bikes anymore. I was like, maybe it would be beneficial to somebody else. So I went through the entire video, I did everything, went to start my bike, and it was a failed video because my bike still didn't start. So I was like, okay, well, there's only a couple other things it could be. It could be a fuse. I already narrowed down that it's not a fuse. I'll probably end up just saying fuck it, replacing all my fuses anyway. Are we rolling? Are we back? Okay, sorry. My camera always dies after 30 minutes. It kind of lets me know, though, that I need to speed up the video, because the longer the video, the longer it takes to edit, and it's not very fun editing a video of yourself just doing this, like, hi, future self. Anyways, so what was I gonna say? It's not a fuse. If it's not my fuel pump itself, what's it called? I can't think of the exact verbiage. Just like a fuel pump relay, main relay. I can't think of the exact verbiage off the top of my head. It's something along the lines of that. That could be burnt out. Could be something going on with that. And then I was like, okay, if it's not that, then my only other option could be one of the fuel line hoses that go into the tank could be clogged, which is making it as to where the fuel isn't getting to where it needs to go in order to start my bike or whatever. But long story short, I will figure it out, and that video will get posted eventually. That's one of the videos I've been working on, and I haven't been able to come out with it because I haven't been able to get my bike working. And so I've been busy, like I said, like doing the spring cleaning, vacations, trying to find another job. What else? Oh, a family member unfortunately passed away, so dealing with that for a while. Going to the emergency room a couple times for like a month straight. So there's just been like a lot going on that's kind of been preventing me from making a video, but I've been missing it. And then when I was in California, I seen like people vlogging, people making videos, and I was like, man, like it really made me want to like, just first thing I wanted to do when I come home was to make a video. Anyways, I could probably like stop this video because I've been talking for a while and it's probably really boring. I don't know. I've been trying to do like extra hand movements and hand motions so that it's not just like, hi guys, how's it going? You know, so I've been trying to like mix it up. Real quick before I go, I wanted to give a shout out to like some of the people that I met in California. I had so much fun with the culture there and with all the different types of varieties of people and everybody like selling stuff on the corners. Maybe that's annoying to some people, but I liked like seeing people sell things that they like created themselves. And I just thought all of it was, all the culture, the people, the the trees, everything was just so beautiful, and all the different types of cars and whatever. So I just want to give a shout out to the people that I met when I was there at the clubs. There was this one amazing guy that I met at the club, and I ended up losing him when we were like club hopping. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Went and used the bathroom, and I don't know. There's just so many people at the club that I couldn't find them again, and they couldn't find me, and we didn't exchange numbers yet because we were gonna do that at the end of the night. And I just met the most amazing guy there. I can't remember his name because I got pretty drunk. But shout out to you. You know who you are. If you somehow one day in your life stumble across this video, like, thank you. You gave me probably like the best night of my life. Because otherwise I would have just been club and bar hopping by myself. And you made me feel safe that I wasn't alone. And thank you very much to you out there. I met a couple friends at the convention that I went to, and one of them gave me this awesome friendship bracelet, which I'm wearing. You probably can't see because, yeah, you just probably can't see. Oh, you can see. It has a lightning bolt on it, and they had a whole bunch of friendship bracelets that they were giving out to people that they were meeting at this convention. Not that means it means any less to me, but the one that they gave me happened to have the lightning bolt, and I was like, not that many people know this because I never really show I have a whole Harry Potter sleeve that I'm working on right now, from all variations of different artists, but eventually it'll all flow together and look nice. I don't know if you can see, you probably can't because my lights or whatever, but my newest tattoo that I got, I don't know if you can see, I got Aragon on me, kind of hard to tell, and then I got more going all the way up my arm as of now. Anyways, long story short, I liked that it matched with my whole Harry Potter vibe that I got going on. So I was like, you picked out, like, this bracelet was meant for me. Like, obviously we were meant to be friends. I really feel like you meet certain people in your life for a reason, and they come into your life for a reason, and you don't really know what it is until you know what it is. And everybody's placed in your life for a reason. That's why I was like, I can't believe I met the most sweetest person when I was out club hopping, the most sweetest guy, and I didn't even get his name, and he was in my life for that night, I guess, and that was it. But I really hope I run into him one day again in California, so I'll be looking for you. But anyways, I met the sweetest person who gave me this cool friendship bracelet, and we've been talking. I met a couple other, like, girls there and stuff that we've been talking, friend-wise, I should clarify, I guess. I loved it. That was fantastic. It really, as you can probably tell, my energy in this video compared to, like, past videos, I'm more energized, I'm feeling better, I'm more open, I'm more, like, honest, I'm kind of more feeling myself. It was so nice to get out of such a suffocating job and now to kind of find myself again and find that energy that I used to have again. There is more to life than what I've been doing every day, and it just kind of gave me some more hope and for some more freedom and just to have a more enjoyable life. Not that I have anything to complain about. I got shelter, I got food, I got clothes. It is nice to be reminded that there is more to life than just the everyday grind, and that you don't have to do the everyday grind. Hello, advice time. You don't have to do the everyday grind. You don't have to do the 9 to 5, go to college, not even use your college degree, find something else that you have to do because you can't find a job in what you went to school for. You don't have to do that. You don't have to listen to all the movies and all the things that are portrayed saying like, oh no, you have to get married, you have to have kids, you have to do this, that, all at a certain time. They throw all these like things at you that you supposedly have to do, and it kind of locks you in a box, and it's like, no, you don't have to have kids, you don't have to be married, you don't have to have a husband, you don't have to have a wife, you don't have to have a 9 to 5 job, you don't have to only live your life on the weekends. Like there's so much more to life. And when I was on Cali, somebody said something to me that really like resonated with me, really stuck with me, and they said, a lot of the times you are in your own way of yourself from doing what you want to do or to just live your life. And a lot of people hold on to so much. Like they hold on to like they just hold on to things that really weigh them down that you don't have to hold on to. And if you just get those things out of the way and yourself out of the way of yourself, if any of this is making sense, you can go out and do the things that you want to do. A lot of the times, the reason why a lot of people don't do things and live life to the way they want to live it is because like their self is holding them back because they're scared, they're afraid, they don't think they're gonna be good enough. Anybody can do anything and be anything if they just get out of the way of holding themselves back and of saying, no, I need to work a 9 to 5 job, I need to go home. And if that's your life, and that's perfectly fine. Like if that's what you like and that's what you want in life, that's perfectly fine. Nothing against Nothing against the traditional life or traditional marriage or kids. Nothing against that. And I think all of us, you know, a little bit wants that. Nothing against that. I'm just saying, everybody's different. Everybody has different goals and energies and vibes and character. I hope this video, like, helped somebody, gave them advice, or maybe, like, now you know what I've been doing, where I've been, and what's been going on with me, why I haven't filmed anything. I haven't forgotten about you guys. You've been on my mind. I've been checking every day, like, my YouTube account and just, you know, keeping up with comments and stuff. And I really appreciate you guys for being here and for still being here, even though I haven't been posting. But I'm going to be posting again. I just had some things in my life I had to figure out. And there were some days where I just couldn't even get out of bed. And I was just really feeling it. Life really was getting to me. And I was like, I just need to, like, get over this rut I'm in. And I feel like I've gotten over it enough as to where I can sit in a room and talk and not just, like, cry. So, thank you guys for being here. I hope you have a good day, whatever day it is for you, whenever I get this edited. And yeah, thank you for being here. And my next video, I'll promise I'll do something other than just this. So yeah, thank you guys. Have a good day. I don't know what else to say. I'll just keep talking and talking and talking.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got